How we doing, everybody? Just loading in the game here. Getting down into formation for company ceremony. All right, so everybody's just loading in. We got about 18, 17, 18 mics until we kick off our ceremony. So at this point, if you just want to forward ahead for about 17 minutes, you're set to go. Hey, how we doing, everybody? Got about 16 more minutes until we kick off here.
Okay. Oh. Major's just looking for. He's watching birds. Oh.
Very much so.
Huh? Which one? Ah, yeah. Well, yell at LT. Why would I make sure? I don't have Zeus. What do you want from me, dude? Huh?
Fucking new screen.
Can't even take care of his things properly. That's the main.
Oh, you're not getting any stitches today.
What? I don't need you. I have Nissan. What do you mean?
There's a weird garden shed way in the back there.
We'll see. He likes the ceremony and then jump to the FPS. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, so. Drake.
What?
Can you check for me if Sam put in DPR for the FTX too?
Don't you have like a chain of command to that?
I mean, you're standing right here.
I'll check.
Nco, I think you should be on the other side.
Well, I'm asking if it's just for ceremony or if it's for FTX too.
Oh, okay. Only ceremony.
Okay, thanks.
I'm eating dinner.
There you go, looking pretty. Is that a mustache I see, Cruz? I don't know. Maybe. Not sure.
Hey, Kahiri.
Harry, you have
You
your
got-
glasses
yeah.
still on.
What's still on?
Gregoire, get rid of the glasses.
They're getting chased after by the Chiefs. They're mad at us. Actually, I don't think any of them are Chiefs. Yeah, that's 3 cab over there in the corner. And Warrant Officer 1s.
They don't have their thermals on for once.
Cruz, I thought you were going over to 3 cab too. I am.
You just have them in your ceremony loadout.
Listen, we've got the drone that has thermals on it.
Everybody.
Okay.
Those thermals in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, cool. Good.
I do not appreciate you saying that. Oh my god. Help me, God.
He is not here to save you.
There you go.
I think Bodun is the only one not on whispering over there. It just sounds like you're having a conversation with yourself from over here.
You don't know.
One of the voices.
Shh. We're meant to be ignoring him.
Oh.
He can see the matrix.
In front of us. Yep. Second squad. The one, like, right to the front. Like, first one. Army privates, that do.
All right. Headset's gonna die. That's gonna be highly annoying. To have this across everything. There we go. My bad.
What'd you call it again, Cooper? What'd you call that again? The pooping thing?
What?
I don't know. You guys in German say something weird, like pooping, pooping something.
I don't know. Fucking don't know, man.
It's my first time doing this, man.
You alright, Rick?
A Mini Cooper to a Super Cooper.
Alright, 4 mics, everybody.
Pearson, Agricola, get rid of the glasses.
Yeah, if we have any CLSs that can hear me, can you go check out Major just to make sure he's okay?
That's unable. Congratulations, you're promoted to platoon sergeant for this ceremony.
Why do I have glasses?
Major's alive. He's fine.
Just Major, you've been leaning back for a while. You might have. We were concerned about
Scoliosis.
problems.
I was just looking at the beautiful sky. It's almost spring. For most of us.
It looks like they're not gonna be much more good, so let's move one row up. Phoenix.
I just got all the ranks filled in.
Cover down.
Alright, move up a line. Negative, leave that spot open for me. Everyone else, fill in gaps, get close, nice and tight. We're all brothers here. Brothers and sisters.
Die.
Alright, we're about to kick off here. Got soggy feet. Got 5 pages today we're gonna cover. That and this big ass boom mic I got. It's annoying. It's the only thing I so far don't like about this headset is that it can't be adjusted.
Reports.
All soldiers present and accounted for.
Post.
//
Sir, Alpha Company, all present and accounted for.
Post. All right, Alpha Company. Welcome to March. Spring is around the corner for most of us, as I said earlier. You Southern Hemisphere people, unfortunately for you, good luck with winter. At least my home state, we're getting up into the 40s and 50s this week, so I'm excited about that. March, or I should say February, a pretty steady month for us in terms of recruitment, in terms of our skill courses. We'll kind of cover what's coming up in the upcoming month here for qualification courses, or a little bit more insight on our operation, our pre-deployment training that'll be coming up in the month of March and April. So let's see some of the notes that I have. First, I'd like to start off with anniversaries. This is something we like to do with ensuring our soldiers that are here a year, 2 years, 3 years, and so forth are appreciated, are recognized for service, for their time in service with us thus far, within whatever current tour they may be on. So the month of March here, we actually have 3 one-year anniversaries. Some of these are really not their first year with us in the unit, however, of their current tour. So we have First Sergeant Drake actually hit his 1 year coming out of retirement, 1 year on March 2nd, so just a couple days ago. We have Neeson. Neeson will be hitting his 1 year here on March 13th, and then Honera will be reaching 1 year on March 30th. So I mean, to hit 1 year in the unit, I mean that's obviously a pretty big milestone. If you read this last month's C-Staff meeting notes that we posted in the battalion summaries, you'll see that we are looking into kind of like anniversary gifts in a way, for the 1 year, the 3 year, the 5 year, and so forth, kind of going up by increments of 5 at that point to soldiers, as well as a couple other kind of just recognition style achievements, style something that'll be mailed to you. So really it's kind of comfort level, I guess you can say, as well, without giving out a home address or a P.O. box or something along those lines. So that's something that's coming up, and I kind of look forward to that. I know Major Cantu, he's retired, he's a former company commander of ours. He also chimed in on the battalion thing, battalion summary, and kind of mentioned about third ID shot glasses. That's something him and his spouse do. They do etching of glasses, and have a good supply, good source of giving those out. So that's something we'll probably be looking into as well, for some sort of achievement to our soldiers, to really show the appreciation for service, as well as being here. So look forward to that. Let's see, some introductions, I guess we can say. I'm going to slaughter a lot of these names, but we do have some soldiers. One thing we started earlier this year was, introducing and saying hello, and those that enlisted within the following month. So we got, I know him by Ice, but Markel, Benedino, Kamir, Cruz, Swanson, Pearson, and Moore. Cruz, Swanson, Pearson, and Moore are re-enlistments, actually, from prior tours, with the 3 first soldiers being brand new to the unit, first time enlistment. But these soldiers either came back from a short time off of us, or new enlistment with us. So big hoo to those. If you haven't already, get over to the Enlistees Lounge area to where they do their introductions. That's something that our NSOs and the RRO team make sure that our soldiers are welcomed there. It's also nice to where new soldiers can tell us a little bit about themselves besides that they play Arma, that they're looking into Milsim, but a little bit into their personal life on what some of their hobbies are, where they live maybe, and what they do for a living, whether that's school or a career. So if you haven't already, check out those Enlistees Lounge, kind of the introductions area. Without that, I have some closing notes which we'll cover at the end, but then without further ado, if I can get Cruz and Vandal post. All right, Balface. All right, these two soldiers, including myself, are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. It's for donating at least $50 in the calendar month of February. Specialist Cruz here is being awarded the ribbon with Valor with Vita Vice for donating over $100 in that calendar month. In this case, he officially, did it times 3, donated 150. Myself and Vandal donated 50 each, which qualify for the medal. And then a special thanks to Specialist Marsh, who threw in a $20 donation, kind of just for the hell of it. So we take any donation numbers. I mean, we obviously know what our requirement is for the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. Is $50 or more. But 5, 10, 15, doesn't matter. We still want to call it out. We still want to say thank you, as it goes towards our unit fund and kind of what makes us so successful. So, big hooah. Buffets. Thanks, gentlemen. Fall back in. Go ahead, get me Drake, Shade, Whirl, Lafarve, Lafarva, however you say that, Holmes, and Thomas. Post. Cool. All right, Balface. All right, these soldiers, the 3 in front of you, are hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal for continuous good service of at least 3 months from enlistment or prior Good Conduct Medal. The Good Conduct Medal, as it states in there, I mean, it's just for good service, meaning that you had no AWOL lapses, you TPR'd when you're supposed to TPR, you showed up when you're supposed to show up, and you report in, right? Your active duty status did not leave our PERSCOM system within that 3 months, and really it's just the good conduct within what we do. It's kind of the this is the requirement, this is our really the easy tasks that we have to do to achieve it, and it's one that can be issued up to 4 times a year. So congratulations. Buffets. Alright, fall back in. Alright, next up, Meadows, Pearsons, and Dawkins. Post. Alright, Balface. See how crisp that post was? I mean, that's for this medal, the National Defense Service Medal, awarded to all service members of their nation's military. In this case, these 3 soldiers went through a verification process to show that they served within the United States military. In this case, all 3 of them are the U.S. Army, currently active duty or National Guard, or reserves. But this is a ribbon that is given out for service of your country, so it's not necessarily just a U.S. military service. You can contact me and show other ways of the service that you've done within your nation. If that's the case, please PM me. We want to make sure that you get the recognition for serving your nation. In this case, these 3 soldiers signed on a dotted line to serve their nation, and that's honorable, and really the staple of what our unit is for is that milsim. And these soldiers, fulfill that need that we have of having veterans and military personnel within us, but then also provide solid guidance, expectations, and show us the way of the real military. So, a big thank you. Buffface. Thanks, PFC. Fall back in. All right. Go ahead and get me Vandal and Kimball post. All right. Buffface. Spinning around, Kimball. There you go. So, speaking of vets, these 2 are actually military personnel, both currently active duty in the military. And no matter what their real rank is in real life, I mean, we have an officer and an enlisted in front of you right now, and they all started as private trainee. Going through the steps and the motions and hitting the requirements needed to continue to move themselves up within our unit. And really, this is kind of the first promotion outside of a training environment. They achieved their private second class through completing OSET, getting a qualification score, and really just making do, right? Getting through the training aspect of it. This is their first promotion outside of that to E3, private first class, and really hopefully a beginning of a very long career with us. As I said, military personnel do very well here to an extent, and I look forward to seeing where they grow. So congratulations on PFC, soldiers. Buffface. Fall back in. Congrats. All right, next up, go ahead and get me, just trying to figure out what order I want to do these in. All right, Orsini, Cooper, Garcia, post. All right, Buffface. All right. From prior, if you're new to the unit, we have a couple private trainees and private second classes with us today in our first kind of ceremony formation. There's really 2 sides of the unit. We have the combat side, which obviously everybody enjoys, right? That's where you get to play, shoot shit, blow shit up, and have fun. The other side of the unit is fun to an extent, but then also can feel as a daunting task, a job, a duty that we all have to participate in once we hit the rank of specialist. These 2 soldiers are the rank of specialist, and I believe Orsini is as well. And they hit the ground running on the admin side of the unit. There are certain medals that are only achievable while serving in a DMOS, so a S1, S3, 4, 6, S6, PAO, and these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM, for service within their specific DMOS. So I'll kind of read Orsini and Cooper. Both are being awarded for their duties within PAO. That's the streaming on Twitch, so the broadcast journalism, recording of their gameplay, so that PAO can use that footage and put it into some pretty good videos, which we are working on a few projects right now. Garcia really hit the ground running in CID over the last couple months since being hired in December of 2020. Garcia is like Lightning McQueen for CID. If you haven't seen that video yet, I think Warrant Officer Paxton posted it. It's quite hilarious. So he's Lightning McQueen for CID. When a creation or update request is submitted, he immediately assigns himself to the request and completes it in a swiftly time frame without errors. This soldier's excellence and commitment to the DMOS has earned himself the award, 2 awards for his performance and achievement. So obviously having high-speed soldiers within each DMOS is a must. That's the admin side of our unit. That's, in my opinion, more vital and more important than the combat side. Because if we're not crisp and clean on the back end, the front end isn't fun. I can tell you that. So congratulations and thank you for your duties and your services and everything you guys do within your DMOSs. Hua. Ballface. Thanks, specialists. Hua. Fall back in. Alright, go ahead, get me carry, post. Alright, Ballface. So, another medal that is given out for serving in a DMOS. There's not only achievement ones, like what we just talked about with the JSAM. However, there is like a time in service within a DMOS that is given out for the Armed Forces Service Medal. So this is awarded to any and every soldier that served in a DMOS for a 6-month period or more. In this case, the corporal here has served with distinction in FIG for the prior 6 months. Serving in the role of RSO and DI, helping lead our OSET classes as well as any of our skill badge classes or skill set classes and courses. So having longevity, having somebody that's been doing it for quite a while can really help lead from the front, and train new RSOs. And that's something that the corporal does extremely well with. So a big thank you for your service within FIG. Hua. Ballface. Congrats, corporal. Alright, fall back in. Alright, next up, get me Molly, McMahon, and Searer, post. About face and cover down. Beautiful. Alright. These soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 Bravo, Specialist. Entering something we call the E4 Mafia, which if you look at our rosters is a large portion of our unit. With achieving Specialist, this means that they also are currently serving in one of those DMOSs that I mentioned prior. It is a requirement, actually, to be in a DMOS to achieve the rank of Specialist. So, any of you PFCs, private second classes, I mean, that's going to be the requirement. I mean, you get into a DMOS and you actively participate in said DMOS. Otherwise, PFC for life. I don't know what to tell you. However, these soldiers achieved that goal, got into their current DMOS, which then now qualify them for the rank of Specialist, along with the time in service, as well as our time and grade of PFC, as well as voting on clans list. Hit that requirement as well. So a big hoo to these soldiers. Hoo. Ballface. Welcome to the Mafia. Fall back in, Specialist. Alright, next up, go ahead, get me Cooper, post. Hey, everybody. All right, Paleface. All right, Specialist Cooper here, which will be up here again shortly for another ribbon. So I'll probably just have you stay. But is hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 Alpha Corporal. Corporal Cooper is hereby being is entering what we call the NCO Corps. The corporal rank is a junior NCO. Means that he's really leading. I mean, we can lead technically as fire team leaders, PFCs, specialists, but this is kind of showing that stage that he is excelling at it. He's becoming that NCO, one that takes care of his soldiers, the one that cares for his soldiers, holds them accountable, holds himself accountable. Entering that NCO Corps, you have to be a leader, meaning that you have to be in a leadership position like a fire team leader to achieve and stay in that rank, because it can go away if you're not a fire team leader as well, or in a leadership position. So a big hoo to Corporal here, and congratulations.
What?
All right, Bellface.
Uh,
And then just stand fast, Corporal. The next step, go ahead, post Garcia, Orsini, McMahon, Iricola, Liwa, Cruz, Carey, Flanagan, Lefevre, Perez, Marsh, and Searer post. You might have to make 2 ranks if everybody's present. Oh, we got this. Nice. Alright, Bellface. Alright. So basically, as I talked about the E4 Mafia, here it is. Plain and simple. We got now 2 corporals in that whole mix. These soldiers that I mentioned are hereby being awarded the Nco Development Ribbon for completion of the February's Warrior Leadership course. It was a 2-day course sponsored and put on by First Sergeant Drake and his cadre, to where they learn quite a bit, a vast array of not only leadership traits, what leaders should be able to do, how to arbitrate, negotiate, delegate, not delegate, but be able to be an NCO, be somebody that people can lean on. The one thing with, however, this NCO Development Ribbon, for any specialists that are currently in here, it's not authorized to be worn on your uniform until you achieve the rank of corporal. You are marked in your service record. It is put in your qualifications that you are qualified as a NCO. However, now you have to find that slot, fire team leader and so forth, to be achieved, that to basically have it on your uniform at that point. It will be auto, it's one that if you hit corporal next month, you can have it on your uniform during that update. So just keep that in mind when you're policing yourself and policing your own uniform. So, but being able to do warrior leadership courses are really the staple of what our unit loves to do. We grow and we train and we teach our own soldiers. We've been around for a large amount of time, since 2003, and I think that's one thing that extremely helps our unit, is that we provide leadership courses to help develop our soldiers the way we need them to lead troops online, but then the stuff that you can take from these courses and apply to your personal lives. So big congratulations and hooah. Alright, Bellface. Alright, congratulations, ladies and gents. Wrong way, Liwa. Maybe in France we do that, but not here. There you go. Fall back in.
We don't do this in
I think we just got a new meme, guys. Just saying. Alright. Next up, Garcia and Sam post. Welcome back, Garcia. Bellface. Alright. Kind of continued down that role of DMOSs. Another area not only CID are we honoring and recognizing Specialist Garcia here, but also for his work that he does in BMO as a RMS, senior RMS, the amount of requests. And funny, because this one, for his outstanding work as an RMS, going above and beyond his duties as an RMS, taking over the role of senior RMS, so senior roster maintenance specialist, Garcia is always completing requests at lightning speed. I think these are written by two different people, by the way. Two different NCOICs, one CID, one BMO, both mention the lightning speed that Garcia has here. So he's hereby being awarded the Joint Service Accommodation Medal for really, I mean, in my opinion, can wrap both those up, CID, BMO, but then just the work that he does in our DMOSs. If you want a model, a template to go off of, see Specialist Garcia. He's going to be the one to show you how to be active on our website, because obviously to be able to hit those requests at that lightning speed, I kind of feel intimidated, and I'm a LaFlash. I mean, I got the lightning bolt in my name, but we got Garcia here that is starting to blow everybody out of the water, so a big hooah to him. We have then also Sergeant Sam, for his excellence, sustained excellence in FIG since becoming a cadre member. Sergeant Sam has maintained a high presence and led many soldiers through our OSET, Land Nav, and EIB course. He works to foster FIG's commitment to development of the unit's tactic and technical capabilities. So Sergeant Sam as well is being awarded the Joint Service Accommodation Medal for everything that he's done within FIG. So two very good examples to follow and pick their brains, because they're doing it right. So who are these two? All right, Belfast. Congrats, Garcia.
Thanks, sir.
Fall back in. All right, next up, Brock, Pendergast, Poltrek, Lewa, Flanagan, Lefevre. Post.
Sorry.
All right, Belfast. All right. These soldiers have done something that, in my opinion, is extremely difficult. Since we started this, I have yet to be able to do it, and that's vote on our clans list. You know, we all say we can see through our recruitment apps how many soldiers have seen us, why they heard of us is through clans list. We started awarding the Humanitarian Service Medal to soldiers who voted all 30 days, so 30 times in 30 days. It's a rotating calendar, it's a rotating time frame, and vote twice, because our profiles on our website counts twice for voting when you vote once through your computer, once through a tablet, a mobile device, and so forth. So you can get a recognition up to 2 times a day for voting. You actually have to hit the button 2 times, just make that clear. It's not just one and done. And really getting not only our unit risen through the hundreds of units that are on clans lists, but something that we're very proud of is that we are never ever out of the top 5. Maybe at midnight when it resets to everybody be 300. But I can tell you that anytime you look at it, we're in the top 5, probably top 3, and honestly usually number 1. And since we initiated the Humanitarian Service Medal being awarded for 60 votes, it's something that comes easier for others. I know this is Sergeant Brock's 3rd award, 3rd, maybe 4th, I don't know. But I know several of these soldiers in front of you, this is their 1st, and they've been striving and achieving that. And it's a medal that's not easy to get, and that's the whole intent, is that you show extreme dedication in doing, literally clicking a button on the website twice a day, and being able to achieve those votes, which help us as a recruitment side of the unit and exposure and, you know, our PR side of our unit. So a big hooah to these soldiers, and congratulations. Hooah.
Oh.
All right, Belfast. All right, fall back in. And those that aren't aware I mentioned it with PFC and specialists, but I mean, it is required that you have an X amount of votes in 30 days, as well as you go through our promotion board into our NCOs. It's an everybody has to be all involved type of scenario. So to achieve and to potentially get promoted. So let's see. Next up, go ahead, get me Whirl, Pull Track, and Skits post. Sorry for breathing in your mic. All right, Buffus. All right, these soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E5 Sergeant. We're adding one more stripe to their chevrons right now. All three of these are distinct leaders of their own. Being fire team leaders, I believe, all across the entire way. These guys are really looking at being the future leaders of our unit, leading squads, potentially platoons as we grow. Getting into the the meat and potatoes side of the unit, NCO Corps wise, they're trusted NCOs. They enter that corporal, green and hungry, and they never really let up. Now they're battle hardened and ready to take on lots of other tasks, and proud to call them sergeants. So, congratulations, sergeants. Ballface. Fall back in. Drake post. Alright, Ballface. Alright, first sergeant here, as we mentioned earlier, has officially achieved his 1-year anniversary, being March 2nd. There's a medal that we award out for serving 12 months, at least 12 months, exactly or more, 365 days, 66 for the leap year, with a deployment. So having First Sergeant achieve his 1-year time in service with us, as well as deploying in Operation Thin Ice this last year, is hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal for that. 12 months time in service or more, and a deployment. So, congratulations, First Sergeant. Right. About face. Fall back in. Now, in the beginning, I did mention 2 others that had anniversaries. The big part of this medal is over 12 months, as I believe the 2 soldiers prior don't hit 12 months or 365 until March 13th and March 30th. So they'd qualify here in April for that said medal. So if you remember who that was, make sure you pay attention next week, or next month, I mean. All right, this next list is a large list. All right, Abel, Tushy, Sam, Klein, Worrell, Ayers, Cooper, Lang, Orsini, Flanagan, and Vandal. Post. And of course, most of you are here. Oh. Alright, Ballface. Alright. So I'm only going to read the ones that are here, as this list is fairly large. But note that the soldiers that aren't currently in this formation, it doesn't show any less honor of what they've done to kind of achieve this medal. So the soldiers that I just listed are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal, the AAM. The AAM is solely awarded on kind of leadership skills, leadership traits that have been identified. So let's see. I have Klein, Corporal Klein. Corporal Klein has shown that someone can take pride in the job that they are doing. He has made it a standard for himself to have no KIAs. He takes his role as squad medic seriously, or quite seriously. He does this by setting the example for all other soldiers in the squad. He makes sure that the other combat lifesavers understand their duties, and also he is meeting with them to go over anything dealing with Ace Medical. He has proven that he can handle the function as an NCO within the NCO Corps. In this case, Corporal Klein was our squad medic, and actually just recently was approved to transfer over into 3-Cab to train as a crew chief and then future pilot. Something that obviously is up in his wheelhouse, something that he's passionate about. So big hoo to you, Corporal. Congratulations. Next up, we have Abel. Abel, for sustained development of 3rd Squad, Staff Sergeant Abel has committed himself to leading by example to accomplish his squad's objectives in a 1st Platoon FTX. Continually training himself and his men, he has progressively improved Spartan's tactical and technical effectiveness since deploying to Fort Stewart in January. I guess that'd be redeploying home. Employing his expertise in the field, 3rd Squad has supported Widowmaker's victories on numerous objectives, providing critical heavy weapon support within the platoon. So leading from the front as a squad leader, effectively deploying his assets and weapon systems, takes credit upon him as well. We have Vandal. Private 2nd Class Vandal at the time, it's PFC now, is a very opportunistic soldier. That's a big word for me. He has always jumped to assist where the squad needs him to be at any given moment. He's super flexible in his role and what equipment he needs to carry. For example, he was just swapped from Alpha Team's Javelin Gunner to M24 Bravo, or M240, sorry, Gunner, so that both Alpha and Bravo could lay down heavy 7.62 millimeter suppressive fire when needed. Private Vandal has also jumped into helping prepare Spartans for arrival of their beloved mortar equipment. We'll get on that part later. Just this week, some members of Spartans jumped into the servers to test out the mortars to see how effective we could be with them. Soon, Spartans will be a force to be reckoned with, as well as more than they already are. I was going to say, if that didn't end that way, I was going to say they already are a force to be reckoned with. Just look at the memes. Flanagan. Specialist Flanagan is an amazing soldier, currently running the M240 Bravo for Bravo Team. He has stepped up multiple times to lead in the fire team leader position when his NCO was temporarily promoted to acting squad leader. He's also efficient in giving orders, laying down suppressive fire, or picking up the Maz rifle, recoilless rifle, when a heavy vehicle comes rolling in. Flanagan never shies away from a fight and is always ready to lay down some lead against the OPFOR. And then we have Cooper for outstanding leadership. As a 3IC, Specialist Cooper has served with excellence as an acting squad leader and fire team leader on and off the battlefield, taking control of the squad during critical moments within FTX 4 and 8, and working to accomplish objectives during numerous contacts. A solid soldier, he maintains effective comms during every engagement and makes sure his men have the tools they need to win. His work has sustained the combat effectiveness of the squad throughout many unit exercises. I think that's everybody that's present. As I said, I mean, a lot of this is based on taking care of your soldiers, leading. Many of these are fire team leaders, but doesn't necessarily need to be a leadership position to qualify for the Army achievement. We have soldiers, we have a wide range of soldiers here, from lower enlisted to fire team leader to squad leaders being awarded the AAM today. And it's a big congratulations. I mean, that's something to be proud of. Ooh. All right, Buffface. All right, congratulations, soldiers.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. All right. Next up, go ahead get me Brock, Scanar, and Skits post. Boy, kind of happy not everybody showed up for that AAM. That was a lot of reading already. All right, Bowface. All right, so these two soldiers, Scanar and Skits, as well as Staff Sergeant Brock, who's TPR'd this morning, are hereby being awarded the Army Accommodation Medal. So I'll read the two that are present. Sergeant Scanar, let's see. Sergeant Scanar has been a go-to soldier in First Squad Spartans. He has been able to meet the demands and even went above and beyond what's expected of him in his position. Administratively, he has been keeping up with all the soldiers in the squad, making sure that all of them have their XML requests to uniform updates, and making sure that the men are all reporting in. Sergeant Scanar has led the squad drills and make sure that they all cover the training objectives set forth by him or the squad leader, or in the squad leader's absence. When the FTX, he filled in as a platoon squad leader brief, or filled in within the platoon squad leader brief, and also led the soldiers in the mission. He showed great communication skills with the platoon, as well as coordinating with other squads to set up Overwatch while assaulting an objective. His knowledge in both leading the squad and fire team is exceptional. Sergeant Scanar has set the example of an extraordinary leader within the 1st Squad, Scorpions, and most importantly, for the entire unit as a whole. Then we got Corporal Skits. Now, Sergeant Skits, over the past couple of weeks, Corporal Skits has stepped up into the acting squad leader role while Staff Sergeant Abel was away and TPR'd. He has shown he is capable of leading from the front and directing Spartans and their heavy weapons to where they need to be, and completing the tasks asked to him by the higher platoon and by high platoon and up. Corporal Skits also is ready with his javelin missile whenever there's either heavy armor or an airframe passes by within his vicinity. So really being able to step up both of these, kind of call out them stepping up from their fire team leader position, filling into that squad leader position when needed. That's really the role of any 2 or 3 IC. As you see, there is, being ready to step up, meaning, whether that's in combat and your squad leader goes down, gets KIA'd or just gets knocked, that's your opportunity. You think of it like the backup quarterback of any NFL team, right? One play and your star quarterback could be down and it's your turn to lead that team. That's exactly what fire team leaders are. They have their own personnel that they're responsible for, but then at a moment's notice can be called up to perform a higher task, and they need to know that job. So as any leader, we want to know our boss's jobs, right? Because you never know when that might happen. So, and those that aren't fire team leaders, it's smart to get in there and start training for it. I mean, no one says that you can't. Get in there and start learning from your fire team leader. Tell them that's your passion, that's where you want to go. You're just setting yourselves up for better success in the unit down the road. So, it's exactly what these soldiers did. So, congratulations. Ballface. Alright. Good job, QB1. Fall back in. Alright, the next one is Sergeant Brock. So I'll just talk about him a little. I know he's not here. So he was in there for the Army Accommodation Medal for really just how he served thus far, returning the stateside after Operation Thin Ice, being put into his new role as a platoon sergeant of Widowmakers. He knows exactly what to do, how to perform it, and continues to manage and lead from the front. He has a clear mind when working on the battlefield and stateside, working on the DM West side. He leads our FIG. As I mentioned earlier, I mean, the amount of recruitment he does on our voting as well, on its clans lists, has earned him a lot of recognition and really propelled him into the current role that he is with platoon level. So with that, it's a great honor to promote him to E7, Sergeant First Class, after qualifying last month, but then also taking more time to evaluate and he obviously aced his NCO boards as something that he's always done well with, but it's a soldier that you can rely on, a soldier that leads from the front and can follow as well. So it's a great honor to promote him to Sergeant First Class. Ooh.
Cool.
All right. So next up, go ahead, get me cruise post. All right, Buffers. All right. So this has probably come down quite a bit already. With the retirement of Lieutenant Alice, left a void within our 3 cab to have a flight commander. So we've been, for the most part, last couple weeks vetting multiple soldiers, those that have either a lot of experience in our unit, a lot of experience in real life, and being able to identify and find a true leader. And that's something that kind of after several rounds of interviews with multiple people, Specialist Cruz fills that billet of somebody that is a little bit about him, his real military service. He's a NCO, a senior NCO, been in the U.S. military for quite some time, which helps. He has a passion for leading and caring for his soldiers, but being able to make sure that he's going into an area that is fluid, one that's ever changing. We always joked about 3 cab generally had 2-3 pilots at a time. Really, since we started getting in there and vetting, I mean, we've had 2 new enlistees, a transfer, and for the most part now with Specialist Cruz going over to lead 3 cab, we have for the most part a full 3 cab. So I mean, I look forward to seeing what Cruz is able to do. That was one of my closing notes with Specialist Cruz moving into the 3 cab flight commander. He will be entering OCS, and going through a quite a few month 2 to 4 month training course with myself, First Sergeant and Lieutenant Lambert, going through OCS and kind of getting accustomed to the way we do things as a whole. We're leaning heavily on Cruz for his military experience that he has in the field, what he can bring to 3 cab, and then just being able to continue to work closely and build relationships with his warrant officers, and be able to move forward. So I look forward. I feel very good with the decision, and knowing the conversations we've had in command staff about all those that we vetted. I mean, it was a pretty hard decision on who to really move forward with, as the candidates were extremely qualified, every one of them. So congratulations, though, to now Cadet Cruz. Ooh. All right. That is it, Cruz. About face. All right. Report to OCS. Ooh. Take your position. Your new position. There you go.
Hey guys, we have scoot down. Let's scoot down, guys.
Move your ass down. We got a new commander in place.
Oops.
All right. With that kind of wraps up our ceremony. we do have some closing notes, as I mentioned before. So upcoming schools, we have an in-house airborne school coming in March 14th, so next weekend. That's going to take place at March 14th, 1800 EST. The sign-up should be posted, I believe, already. Hit the calendar invite as well. We have a 68 Whiskey combat medic course being run March 26th at 1300 EST. So if you're a combat lifesaver and hoping to continue your career into being a medic, whether that is a squad medic or a platoon medic, or it's probably not far from in a couple months here for 3CAB to have some flight medics. I mean, we have that ability. So, I mean, hit up that 68 Whiskey course. I mean, even if you have no plans, it's a skill to always be needed in combat. So, then we have a squad designated marchman course on the 20th of March at 1830. Those that attended the first course, it was obviously extremely difficult, and we didn't have any graduates. So, by all means, get in there, try again. If you fail, try again, and if you fail, try again. That's big. That's some of the upcoming schools that we have. With pre-mobilization, as I mentioned, we are getting through FIG, and Sergeant First Class Brock has put together a requalification. It's something that we like to do yearly as a whole unit. Many of us only qualify in basic training, and that could be several months ago to a year. In my case, it's probably been a couple years, and since I personally requalified. So I really don't want a big a big crowd behind me while I qualify. You don't need to see me hit marksman at best. But they are currently doing and conducting squad by squad requalifications on the M16. 1 hour prior to OSETs. Each week a different squad. Currently right now, first squad and command staff did theirs yesterday. And then Sergeant First Class Brock has currently sent out invites to the squad leaders and fire team leaders, I believe, of squads when your slot is. You know, let's get in there, requalify. I mean, if you didn't qualify marksman, or if you didn't qualify expert in basic training, you can requalify this, get expert, and then upgrade your medal, or upgrade your marksmanship badge. It does not go down, however. So if you qualified expert, like I qualified expert, luckily, way back in the day, but if I only hit 24 targets when I qualify, doesn't mean I go back down to marksman. Just means I need to work at the range a little bit more. So you don't downgrade if that's something that's holding you back. And then on to the final part is our deployment. All right. You know, it's hard to feel that we've already been 2.5 months back home, I guess you can say. Our last mission in Operation Thin Ice, which was based in Iraq, was December 20th, before our holiday exodus, and now we are prepping for the month of March into April to deploy to a theater, which I'm not sure if we announced that yet. Well, if not, we're announcing it. We're deploying to Africa. And you know, it's something that we will be training for. We have a solid S2 staff with NCOs that are doing great mission and story planning, led by Sergeant First Class Brock. There'll be a PAO video put out here in the next couple weeks of our deployment, or of the situation that's going on and why we're deploying. But here soon we will be deploying or pre-deploying for mobilization, pre-mobilization deployment to Fort Irwin, kind of to get through really our checklists to deploy. So that's something that's coming. More time frame when we might be actually deploying here in April will be issued out through your COC most likely, or in our April ceremony. So something that's coming up. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit up our forums. It'll probably be for sure posted on our website news. But then really just getting into the habit of what we're going to be doing for this deployment. It's going to be a little different in terms of terrain, being Africa, and then obviously our enemy kind of is going to be brutal to us at times as well. So, but we all love deployments. So, other than that, that's really all I have for the month of March, ladies and gents. Congratulations to those that took on promotions. Thank you again to those that were awarded the National Defense Service Medal for their service. A big thanks also to those that donated. I'll be resetting the donation for the month of March here today, and I kind of look forward to where we go in March. I mean, pre-mobilization can be pretty fun, so making sure that we get out there, as the meme more always says, make sure you vote, make sure you TPR, make sure you report in, and make sure you fall in line. I mean, we got a lot of good things coming for the spring of 2021. I look forward to our growth and our continued sustained combat effectiveness. So, big hooah, and that's all I got. So, congratulations once again, First Sergeant Post. All right, take charge. Dismiss your troops.
Oh, thank you, Major. Alright, Alpha Company. I think that LT Lambert and Sergeant First Class Brock now isn't here. I'll be dismissing you guys. So, congratulations on any promotions and awards that you have received. If you have gotten anything, you don't need to put in a BMO request. That will be handled for you. However, once that is done, you do need to put in a CID request to get your uniforms updated. So with that being said, you are all dismissed.
Oh. Oh. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Got done about 3 minutes early, so that's a plus. We will be kind of wrapping. Oh, wrong button. Where is it? There it is. Wrapping up this ceremony. Appreciate everybody that stopped in and said hello. So I'll see you next month for ceremony in April. Oh.